Hello, and welcome to the Darby Creek Diaries. I'm Gail Thompson, and I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today we're going to play with pearls, foils, and sprays and make these three cards. You might as well make more than one at a time once you have the stuff out. And we're going to start with the alcohol pearls. The best way is to not shake the container, but to twist it kind of in your hands and kind of shake it in circles. We're going to do the dry method first. That's just plain Yupo paper. It's not the heavyweight paper. And we're just going to apply the blending solution after the color. And I'm just going to keep applying different colors, and it's kind of fun just to watch the process. I'm not doing anything special, obviously, just plunking the color down. I hope all of you are finally getting some spring weather. We went from cold and nasty and rainy to rainy and hot and steamy here in Ohio. I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you. Just, you know how life gets in the way of fun sometimes. So I'm taking my air blower there, just pressing around. You can use a straw, lots of different ways of moving that air around. And I just add more blending solution and more color and just keep after it until I get the look that I like. I loved playing with these alcohol inks when they were just regular, but the pearl ones are really, really fun. I have some videos about the other ones, and I will link those below, as well as the supplies. Now this is the wet method. And that whole paper had the blending solution on it. Now I do want to tell you to be sure to never put that blending solution in a spray bottle. It is very bad for you to be breathing. You can do rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle to mist. That's fine, but just don't ever do that with the blending solution. So I'm just taking my puffer here and doing the same thing as I was doing before. And then I just start goofing around. I thought that one sheet was kind of plain. That was the leftovers, the spill off. So I thought, oh, well, let's see what happens when we do this, because I knew I needed to make several panels. Now the fun part. Before this gets dry, you want to take gold foil, and it's especially great for used gold sheets. I just press that gold in and it sticks great. And I'm going to start rubbing in, you know, where those stamps, you can see that heart. I'm going to start rubbing in those patterns, and it gives it texture, and it just comes out looking gorgeous. And it's a great way to use up all those little bits of foil that you hate to throw away, but you're thinking, oh, I really can't get any use out of it. Well, see, I'm getting a lot of use out of this, and there's still plenty more in there to go. So don't throw away your foils just because you've already used them some. There's lots of mileage on those. With this method, though, you do have to be kind of quick because alcohol ink dries very quickly. So you kind of got to speed up, or you could actually add some more ink on. And here's the final background. I loved this so much that I decided that I'm going to save that for another project. I try to be mindful of your time, so I've already used my die cutter and cut out the Hero Arts paper layering koi, both the top piece and the outlining piece. Then I cut the top piece again with the outlining piece. So we had a base, because once you curl up everything, you don't want to see the card behind. So I'm putting some precision glue in spots that I want to glue down. So it's pretty much the outer edge and then just a little bit of in the middle to kind of hold it down. But most of that I'm going to be fluffing up. So I just put it together, and then I start my frilling process, I guess. I just kind of roll the paper up. I don't want to make creases, so I don't want to do it too harshly, but I flip up the top of the fence. So see, that's why I colored the piece underneath. So then you just didn't see white card. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty a lot of ways. And then this is how I got the gills to kind of stand up. You can also roll it with your thumb, but some of them are being a little bit cantankerous, and so I gave up trying and just went for it. Then I used the clear tack. It's a glue strip that's got a little bit of height to it, and I hid it under some pieces because it was going to all get smashed in the mail. So I wanted to make sure the big pieces got highlighted with that. And so I'm sticking a little bit under the tail, and I even that dorsal fin there, I put some there to kind of get that to hold up. And there is our beautiful koi. I've seen lots of lovely koi, none quite like this, but we can take creative license, I think. I added black Nuvo drops to the eyes because it just adds a little bit of pop. And then white Signo Pen, you put little dots on the eyes, little highlights, and it just makes him come alive. For the next card, I'm going to use the big high die from the stamp market. And I'm going to kind of do, it's a modified shaker card. It doesn't really wind up shaking very much, but that's okay. Now I want to show you where that purple tape, took a little bit of my pearl off of the Yupo paper, so it left a mark. And I'm not really excited about that mark, but it is fixable, and I'm going to show you how to do it later. But we're just going to pop the foam out of that. When I die cut it, I didn't have it glued or anything. So here I'm just going to take some plain old pearl fixative and add it to that to kind of get the tapey look off of it. Just kind of make it part of the thing. You could also add more pearl alcohol ink. I just didn't. I just thought, well, I had the regular pearl, so let's go for it. Then I'm just going to pop up the high with that foam. And I got some distress oxides I wanted to play with, so I sprayed in the box, and it still goes everywhere. Now, when I laid this down, I should have been just a little more careful because that foam it's really stretchable. And I'm going to show you in a minute why that's important. I glued a few of the sequins in there so they would stay, but it wound up a lot of them staying. Then I'm just going to use the precision glue and go right up close to the edge of the letters so things don't fall out of the card, and that's what it looks like when it's all glued. I could have also used the two-sided tape, the sheet tape. I put a little bit of the powder bag on, but that probably wasn't all that necessarily either. Then I'm just pressing acetate on top of that. Now, if you did 2 layers of that, the card would shake a lot more. But here's where my problem is. The high is not quite the same spot. So I had to kind of modify it, but you really can't tell. And then I added the little space up there on the top of the H. And I think it turned out really pretty anyway, but you just want to be real mindful of foam tape. And then here is our fish, the koi, that is I just think he's stunning. And I added a little bit of Nuvo glimmer pen to the prayers. And then there's the card. I added some more Oxide inks to that and some Nuvo jewel drops to kind of bring off the colors there. And then there's my background that I did nothing with, but I just love it. I could just sit and look at that all day. I hope you enjoyed stopping by today and that maybe you learned a little something you'll go out and try. I'd love to see your projects. And I hope you will like and subscribe and tell your friends and come back to see me. I only am able to do 2 or 3 videos a month, so I promise not to blow up your inbox. And I try to do something different each time. So have a terrific day. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with a Save the YouTuber Hop piece. I've also linked things below you might be interested in, and I'm going to put a couple of links up here of videos that are related, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.